Good evening, everyone. Okay, so we have started again. Let let discuss, let revise the theorist. Yesterday we have started paper one, unit two, principle and theory of administration. And here the most important theory, the classical theorist, human relation theorist, behavioral theorist. The classical theorists are the oldest group of theorists. After that, the classical theorist has many flaws. To rectify those flaws, come the human relation theorist. Human relation theorist means theorists who give importance to human being in the organization, human element in the organization, informal approach in the organization. Okay, so hence it was proved that the classical theorist has neglect human being, individual, informal organization, human relationship. Hence, Hilton Mayo criticized the classical theorist in this ground. After that come the behavioral theorist, behavior, human behavior. They study, they focus, they analyze on human behavior in organization, how an individual behave inside an organization. So that concern, the human behavior, how it means the type of decision, his motivation, uh, what employees think about the organization. Those was also ignored by the classical theorist because the classical theorist believed human being as a part of machine, human being as cog in the wheel. We give money, he will work. He is just a machine. So the behavioral theorist also rejected or criticized the classical theorist approach. Which approach? This mechanical approach, ignorance of behavior of individual. So we conclude that the classical theorists are criticized by human relation and behavioral theorists. So inside the classical theorist, we have Taylor, who is known as father of scientific management principle, which we have started yesterday. So what is that scientific management principle? That Taylor recommend that organizations should function on the basis of science. Management should be on the basis of science. So Taylor used science in managing organization. Hence, he was regarded as father of scientific management principle. Very simple. Taylor, why Taylor regarded as father of scientific management principle? Because Taylor was first to introduce science in the management of organization. And before Taylor, no one has successfully used science. And using idea of Taylor, loss-making organization turned into profit-making one. Hence, he was regarded as father of scientific management principle. Fayol, Gullick, Orbic are prominent classical theory. Fayol, you know, Koch clause 14 universal principle. What is that? Koch means planning, organizing, controlling, commanding, and coordinating. Clause 14 universal principle. It is very important to know this because in unit 1 when we discuss the development and growth of public administration, different stages, one of the stages come the principles of administration. They all Gullick come. So universal principle they all give. They all said those principles can be used in both public and private sector in order to get success. So Fayol said administration is administration, nothing public about it. Administration is administration, nothing public about it. So this is Fayol's idea. After that, Gullick Postcard plus 10 neutral principle. Same neutral principle they also used in both public and private sector. So both Fayol and Gullick conclude that administration is same. There is nothing like public administration and private administration. So if you remember the syllabus in paper 1 unit 1 you found public and private administration hela. So public and private administration, and if you haven't remember it, remember the syllabus. देखो कहीं कि मु कहूची syllabus मने रखिबा पई, because syllabus जेतेबेले मने रखिबो I will link thing. For example, I will link again, this is evolution of public administration. Pahili mu evolution. In evolution I have said there are different stage, and one stage you will find Fayol and Gullick. देखो बुझो मु जहा कहूची तमे बुझिबा पई चेष्टा करो. Remember the syllabus. एतेबेले syllabus मने रखिबो मु लिंक करिबी. अच्छा ए थ्योरिस्ट एठी आसीबो, ए थ्योरिस्ट सेठी आसीबो, एटा पेपर 1 एटा पेपर 2. देखो it may be difficult but it is necessary. Average study ପାଇଁ it take lot of effort. So you have to remember the syllabus. Syllabus ଯେତେବେଳେ ପୁରା ମନେ ରହିଯିବ ତାପରେ ତମେ connectivity ଜାଣି ପାରିବ. अच्छा this is, so now for example I have just tell you about Fayol and Gullick. Fayol 14 universal principle, Gullick 10 neutral principle. So they said administration is administration, nothing public about it. They said no difference between public and private administration, or similarity between public and private administration. Now, this is public and private administration. So in public, when you read public and private administration, three part: similarity, difference, contemporary approach. So in similarity part, these people come. तो तुम्हारा वर्कलोड कमी गला कि नहीं? तो फेयोल और गलिक जोड़ा तुम्हें पेपर 1 यूनिट 2 रे पढिला सेटा पुनी पेपर 1 रे आसी जिवो. सो एबेटू तुम जानो माइंड को एमती ओरिएंट करो कि अच्छा दिस इज, so when I say administration is administration, nothing public about it. Similarity between public and private administration, there you will write that classical theorists Fayol and Gullick given principle and they said public and private administration are similar. हे गला. अच्छा evolution of this discipline, here छोटा स्टेज आसीबो 6. छोटा स्टेज, it is very easy to remember 2 3 4. काहे easy to remember? First classical theorist, human relation theorist, behavioral theorist. Industry हे गला. And evolution केतेबेले हुए? When someone take birth, after that evolution take place. Public administration of birth केबे हला? Woodrow Wilson polity administration dichotomy हे गला. चारटा स्टेज मन रही गला. Listen, when I was preparing I found very difficult to remember thing. अरे केमिति स्टेज माने मन रहिबो, but it is very easy to remember. काहे कि easy to remember when you understand the concept. So evolution, मनुष्यर evolution केमति हैला, डायनासोर evolution केमति हैला. After you take birth, evolution take place. Birth केतेबेले हैला? Polity administration dichotomy, idea Wilson, what we have discussed yesterday. तो एटा मने रखिबार नाही, you no need to remember. मने रखिबार दरकार ही नहीं, because starting टा birth हैला 1887. Yes, देखो the idea is no need to remember everything, and it is not possible for you to remember everything. Smart way रे पढ़ो, interlinking करो, copy paste करो, control C control V, covered हे जिवो. So simple मु कहूची evolution of public administration, evolution of the discipline रे Nicholas Henry Robert Golombowski has given 6 stage and Nicholas Henry has given 6 stage. So Nicholas Henry Robert Golombowski रो 6 stage रे first second third fourth fifth sixth. So first fourth stage tomorrow aji second class रे मने रही ही गला, because मु सबबेले कहूची first classical आसिले तापरे behavioral आसिले human relation आसिले तापरे behavioral आसिले, and evolution केतेबेले हैला with birth of public administration, birth केतेबेले हैला polity administration dichotomy मन रही गला. अच्छा एबे evolution no need to remember. Evolution माने तुम mind को आसी जीवो. अच्छा, evolution first stage public administration take birth, that is dichotomy stage. Second stage classical theorist ଆସିଥିଲେ, classical theorist principle ଦେଇଥିଲେ, principle stage. Third stage human relations stage. Fourth stage behavioral stage. Done. ହେଲା. It is a 15 marker question ଆସିପାରେ. Evolution of the public administration by Nicholas Henry and Robert Golombsky. মনে রহিগলা চারটা. কেমিতি মনে রহিলা? তুমি কনসেপ্ট জানিছ কি আচ্ছা উইলসন আসিলা, উইলসন এইটা কহিলা, তারপরে ক্লাসিক্যাল থিওরিস্ট প্রিন্সিপল দেলে, টেলর সাইন্টিফিক ম্যানেজমেন্ট প্রিন্সিপল, ফেয়ল universal principle, Gallic neutral principle stage. And in principle stage again কোন হইলা? Second principle stage public and private administration. There is closeness between public and private administration. Why? Because Fayol and Gallic said administration is administration, nothing public about it. After that, human relation theories, Elton Mayo, behavioral theories, Bernard Argaris, Lickard McGregor. This is the way to remember thing. देखो এটা practically impossible to remember complete POBET syllabus. କାହିଁକି ଖାଲି POBET ପଢିବାର ନାହିଁ, ତମକୁ general study 4ଟା পেপার ପଢିବାର ଅଛି. 4 পেপার GS ତାପରେ POBET. तो previous year question answer test दखिबी, घोषी देबी. Yes, you can try. देखो nothing is impossible in the world. There is no golden rule for success. Try करि पारो. Try करि पारो. घोषी की लेखी की मार्क आनिबा पाई, but difficult, not impossible. आनी हबो difficult. So এটা মনে রহি গলা. So everyone এটা তোমার I hope কালি ক্লাস রু তোমার মনে রহি যাইছি উইলসন কি, ক্লাসিক্যাল থিওরিস্ট কি, বিহেভিয়রাল কি, human relation kiye, Wilson kono koritila, basic thing 2-3 line. And now this is a linkage that why you should remember the syllabus. I repeatedly tell you, remember the syllabus, don't read, remember. Pura mone thiba kotha kono achi, unit 1 re kono achi, unit 2 re kono achi, unit 3 re kono achi. Hela, so this is the interlinkage that evolution re bi theorist asibe, public private re theorist asibe, and evolution of the discipline gote question ei gola. I hope समस्तकर मने रही गला. Evolution of the discipline रो 4टा stage. First dichotomy stage, principal stage, human relation, behavioral. Remember in this way and remember the syllabus. Okay, Urvik has given 8 principle. Max Weber, father of bureaucracy. What is bureaucracy? Bureaucracy is the administrative system under legal rational authority. Legal rational authority. Okay, before that, what is the difference between authority and power? You must know that power, authority. Power is coercive. તમે ଏବେ રોડ କୁ ગલો કાହା ଗୋଟେ ବାଡେଇ ଦେଲ, that is power. ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଇଲିଗାଲ ଗନ୍ ନେଇ ଆସିଲ, ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ ବହୁତ ମିଳୁଛି, ତମେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଡରେଇଲ. You using an illegal gun, you threat everyone, that is power. But after you become a OPS, after good sub inspector, inspector hello, OPS hello, IPS hello, army re galo, तुमको government gun दबो. So that is authority. The gun which you get from government is authority. तमे एबे 10टा पिला गलो रोड ब्लॉक करि देलो, यूनिवर्सिटी रो पिला आमे रोड ब्लॉक करिवु, सेटा पावर. तमे एज ए एग्जीक्यूटिव मजिस्ट्रेट रोड ब्लॉक कलो, authority. ହେଲା, ତମେ ଏବେ ଯାଇକି 5ଟା ଘର ଭାଙ୍ଗି ଦେଲ ଜେସିବି ନେଇକି, ଭାଙ୍ଗି ପାରିବ, ହେଲା ପାୱାର. But as a ତହସିଲଦାର illegal ଘର ଭାଙ୍ଗୁଛ, that is authority. This is power, this is authority. Authority flow from the law, constitution. When you become OPS, when you become तहसिलदार, ତମକୁ constitution ରୁ authority ମିଳିବ. At that time whatever you say, yes, it is authority. ଜଣେ ଜଣକୁ ଜମି ବିକିଲା, ତମେ ସାଇନ୍ କରିଦେଲ, final. Imagine the amount of authority you have. And bureaucracy is legal rational authority, authority that flow from the law, authority which is legal, authority which is rational. Weber is father of bureaucracy. Weber, German sociologist, studied dominion in society. Explain about three type of authority: traditional, charismatic, legal, rational, and explain bureaucracy. Give bureaucracy positive meaning. We will discuss later. Mary Parker Follett, mother of modern management. She is ahead of her time. Her idea match with idea of human relation and behavioral theorist. Hilton Mayo, human relation approach. Mayo conduct two experiment. First is Philadelphia, which is known as fast inquiry. Second is Hawthorne experiment. It is divided into four stage: great illumination, relay team assembly, bank wiring, mass interview. The outcome of human relation approach is individual participative management, informal organization. Behavioral theorist Bernard, first behavioralist, influence other behavioral theorists. Bernard's main idea is acceptance view of authority. Classical theorist, positional authority. MP Follett, functional authority. Bernard, acceptance view of authority. Contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium, role of communication, role of executive, motivation, decision making. Argaris, theory 1, theory 2, Pickett, system 1, system 2, system 3, system 4, four type of organization. McGregor, theory X manager, theory Y manager. Simon, decision making theory, bounded rationality model of decision making. Maslow, need hierarchy theory. Osberg, two factor theory, dual unipolar trait theory. So this is every day. देखो theory सरीवा जाए every day in the start 10-15 minutes I will revise everything so that आमे ଯେତେବେଳେ McGregor ପଢିବା ତମେ completely ମନେ ରଖିଦେଇଥିବ ସବୁ. You remember everything. The class itself. अच्छा ये classical, ये human relation, this is Bernard idea, this is Argyris idea. Yes, her idea actually Follett belongs to classical, but Follett idea match with idea of human relation and behavioral. Her idea not match with the classical idea. Her character is different from the classical group. So she is known as she is ahead of her time. So we have started scientific management theory, Taylor, yesterday, and yes, Chris Argyris maturity paradigm, and this was two question. What is terrorism? Taylor, Taylor, father of scientific management, and important point of scientific management. So again, this is Mr. Taylor, father of scientific management theory. F.W. Taylor, again, answer writing, IBC method, intro, body, conclusion, criticism, present, relevance with example. So FW Taylor, intro, body, conclusion, criticism, present relevance with example. Okay. So we have discussed introduction yesterday. We have discussed introduction. Who is Taylor? What is his idea? Why he is regarded as father of public administration? The publication of Taylor. Uh, After that, in body, we have started that Taylor joined the organization, and found Taylor joined the organization and tried to find out the problems, the cause of low production, and he found the problem that organization run on the basis of rule of thumb, lazy manager principle. Um, Managers are running the organization, engineer are running the organization and not manager, and the concept of soldering, natural soldering, systematic soldering, and he has given his concept scientific management principle, with which he said, with which he can turn around the loss making organization into profit making one. And his scientific management principle in body, today we have discussed yesterday, Taylor's scientific management principle, three-part principle of scientific management, element of scientific management, idea of scientific management. Okay. And today I will, after that, yes. So this is body, I will give you 15 points. You only need to remember those 15 points, and with this 15 point, one line explanation, you can write this answer. So first, I will explain all those 15 points. After that, I will explain. So by now, you knew the intro, the body, first part, and now 15 point. Replace rule of thumb with science of work. Scientific selection of work. After this, you will find that how means how it is easy to write an answer. Answer writing is very easy when you make things right. Means first divide କରିଦବ intro, body, conclusion and just put. ଯଦି ତମେ ଭାବିବ answer ଟା ମୁଁ एकदम scratch ରୁ start କରିକି end କରିବି ନା, every answer whenever you look at the question ତ mind କୁ ଆସିଯିବା କଥା କି ଏଇଟା intro ଏଇଟା conclusion ହବ, that in due process you get to know. ତ ତମ mind ରେ ସବୁ କିଛି available ଅଛି, intro, body, conclusion ନାଇଁ କି ଖାଲି ରଖିବ. Scientific selection of worker, scientific training of worker, division of and also here we will discuss how you interpret theorist, how you write Taylor in other question. Mental revolution and the contemporary approach, you just write some of the points from here. Peace rate system of payment. concept of economic men, functional womanship, principle of exception, time study, motion study, method study, work study, mnemonic classification, decision making in organization, one best way. ହେଲା 15ଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ 10ଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ ବି ଯଦି ମନେ ରହିବ ତମର आंसर ହେଇଗଲା this much. So the explanation now you need to remember this 15 point. An inside explanation you need to understand. Let's discuss one by one. এটা তোমার স্মার্ট নোট রে খালি পয়েন্ট রইব replace rule of thumb with science of work. Now understand. Rule of thumb, I have told you yesterday, thumb rule, that means based on experience, and science of work means based on experiment. So Taylor use science in doing work. He focus on experiment and not experience in doing work. Taylor use science in doing work. He focus on experiment and not experience in doing work. Clear? So use of science, use of experiment. ହେଲା ବୁଝିଗଲ yes. So he replace rule of thumb means he replace experience and focus on experiment. Scientific method, use of scientific method to do work. Okay. Next, scientific selection of worker. Simple scientific selection. Now also it is scientific selection, means you people are selected as a government employee what in a proper method, exam hochi, merit based exam hochi. So scientific selection of worker. So workers selected on scientific basis, that means more rational approach in selection, more rational approach in selection. Scientific selection नहीं गला, scientific selection of worker, simple thing, scientific selection of worker. So scientific selection hele it can solve problem of soldering. So you take worker who are means who are good, who can work, who are motivated. So problem of soldering can solve with proper selection of worker. Acha, now linking. So tell me this word recruitment. Which unit in paper 1 and paper 2? Which unit this word mentioned? You just tell me the unit number. नुआ पिला घोष syllabus घोष नहले हबो नै. Rational approach means selection means suppose मु गुटे manager मो पाखु 10 जण लोक आसिले. I hire everyone, I hire anyone, that is irrational. When I recruit anyone, that is irrational. When I hire people based on my need, I need this type of employee, and if those people match with my requirement, I hire them. Hello? That is rational approach in selection. Scientific approach, I select by proper studying the employee whether they are fit for my organization or not. Okay, that is rational, scientific. अच्छा कहारी मने नहीं रिक्रूटमेंट को यूनिट रे अछि रे पशु पशु कोन चाळ बाजिला. Okay, so recruitment अछि paper 1 unit 9 रे, paper 2 unit 6 रे. So when you write recruitment question, you can mention there Taylor scientific selection. Unit 9 Mithali. बुझिलो, this is interlinking. समस्ते कहना कि टॉपर माने तुमको कहंती थ्योरिस्ट मान को इंटरप्रेट करो, पेपर 1 को पेपर 2 रे लिखो. This is how you interpret theorist in other question. So you write a recruitment question, you just write one line statement. F.W. Taylor, father of scientific management, promote scientific selection of recruitment to the organization. Hey, hola. This one sentence can increase your mark. Hela. Third, scientific training. Scientific training. Give training to worker in a scientific basis. Give training to worker in a scientific basis. That is scientific training. So scientific basis माने कौन? Need based training. Need based training to increase skill of worker. Hello? Acha. Now training. Training कोडी अछि paper 1 unit 9, paper 2 unit 6. So training answer लिखुचो. At that time again you write Taylor scientific training. Hello? Again you write Taylor scientific training. This is how you interpret theorist in author. এটা মনে রেখে দিও. Taylor scientific selection recruitment Woodrow Wilson for example recruitment question. recruitment question रे समस्ते खाली recruitment কথা লিখিবে but তুমি theorist লিখিব. You start with Woodrow Wilson, father of public administration, has abolished spoil system of recruitment and started merit-based recruitment. Taylor scientific selection ହେଇଗଲା. evaluator ପଢିବ ନା ତମ ଖାତା ଦେଖିବ theorist impress underline କରିଦବ ଖାଲି theorist ର ନା. So when evaluation found that you not only write training but means you have that depth knowledge that you write a theorist name in other answer. এটা ହିଁ ଖେଳ ଆଉ କିଛି ନୁହଁ ହେଲା. This is the game of getting mark. देखो କାହିଁକି ପିଲା 200 ବି ପାଉନାହାନ୍ତି mark. Many people they means they cannot score 200 plus. କାହିଁକି? Why? ହବ same ପିଲା କାହିଁକି 200 ଆସୁନାହିଁ mark? Answer good answer ତାଠୁ ଭଲ answer and you should write some ମାନେ such answer that evaluator କାଟି ହିଁ ପାରିବନି ତମ mark. କାଟି ହିଁ ପାରିବ ନାହିଁ. This is ତାପରେ again I repeat second ARC smartly use second ARC smartly write current affair. এটা ହିଁ ଖେଳ ଆଉ କିଛି ନାହିଁ. This is and ସେ ଭିତରେ ଦେଖ ତମର ଟିକେ ଇନପୁଟ ରହୁଛି otherwise same ସମସ୍ତେ ଜଣେ 337 ଆଣିଛି ଜଣେ 305 302 301 299 295 288 ସେ ଭିତରେ ମାର୍କ ମାନେ ଭେରି କରୁଛି. your writing your skill କେତେ ମନେ ରଖୁଛ କେତେ ଇଣ୍ଟରପ୍ରିଟ କରୁଛ. Okay, so this is scientific training and how you write Taylor in training question of other unit. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ତ ଏ ତିନିଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ what you need to remember ତମକୁ କିଛି ମନେ ରଖିବା ନାହିଁ ଖାଲି ଆଚ୍ଛା replace thumb rule scientific selection scientific training inside concept you know. ओके अनदर थिंग देखो माने मु एज ए स्टूडेंट पर्सपेक्टिव रो कहूची तम सामने रे गुटे ब्लैंक बोर्ड अछि सो यू डोंट नो व्हाट कम नेक्स्ट एंड हियर वी कैन एक्सपेरिमेंट बट जदि पीडीएफ क्लास होता मु तुम गोटे पीडीएफ देखै दियंती पीडीएफ रे खाली अंडरलाइन मारि दियंती सो इट विल नॉट बी ए थ्रिल माने एबे तमे भी जानिनो नेक्स्ट कोन आसीबो सो से सस्पेंस तो तुम पाखरे अछि व्हेन यू आर अटेंडिंग ए क्लास इट इज लाइक नेक्स्ट कोन आसीबो और पीडीएफ रखि देले कोन होता तमे स्टार्टिंग रु एंड जे देखि जंता अच्छा एटा अछि सो पीडीएफ क्लास बेकार हैला तो पीडीएफ क्लास नो क्रिएटिविटी बोर ही जीवो एठी कोन आसीबो यू डोंट नो कि कोन आसीबो ता भितरे दैट सस्पेंस शुड बी देयर एंड एवरीवन यू मस्ट राइट तमे नुआ पुराना फरक नाही तमे लेखो हैला ई कोनटा मो जे मु लेखुची मु जति के एफर्ट दोची मु तो अधिक एफर्ट देबो ना तमे यू हैव टू गिव मोर एफर्ट देन मी सो मु लेखुची तमे भी लेखो चालू प्रोसेस चालू सुरो भाई को भाषा रे माड़ी चलो सो डिवीजन ऑफ रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी he said manager and worker both should share responsibility of production so एथिरे कोन हबो so when both share responsibility of production it it uh, uh, it solve problem of acha tell me which problem it can solve yesterday or today I have told you that Taylor has found 1 2 3 4 5 problem the reason for low production so which problem this particular principle can solve division of responsibility between manager and worker wow nice Swadhin soldering रे खाली एम्प्लॉय थिला ना 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 देखो नेचुरल सोल्डरिंग और सिस्टमैटिक सोल्डरिंग रे थिला आउ टिके भाबो नेचुरल सोल्डरिंग रे से माने अनस्किल्ड थिले तो तांको यदि हम ट्रेनिंग दे दबा तो when we give training it solve problem of natural soldering it natural soldering yes very good अरे it solve problem of lazy manager principle simple lazy manager माने कोन मु मैनेजर मु किसी करिबिनी I do nothing मु खाली ऑर्डर देबी I will give you order एटा करो सेटा करो मु सोइबी that is lazy manager principle I will not take any responsibility I will only give order and sleep but when we share responsibility division of responsibility is divided so now I have also the onus is on me also now so manager now manager provide latest tools technology to worker solve their problem this is responsibility of manager and worker produce their maximum problem solved division of responsibility. Mental revolution. Try to understand what is mental revolution. What happened earlier in an organization? Uh, Earlier, manager focus on profit, worker focus on wage. Manager only focus on profit, worker only focus on his own wage. Taylor said mental revolution. It said both manager and worker wage. So this result in conflict. Conflict hobo. Worker कहिबे सैलरी बढ़ाओ बोनस दियो मैनेजर कहबो प्रोडक्शन हो नाही प्रॉफिट हो नाही तो बहुत जगह तुम देखिछ एबे भी चलीची कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चलीची ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रे सो मेंटल रिवोल्यूशन बोथ मैनेजर एंड वर्कर work in a co- coordinated manner. Okay, both focus on increase in production. Neither both focus on increase in production, not individual but organizational goal. When organization production increase, automatically manager gain more profit and worker get more wage. Automatically manager gain more profit and worker get more wage. Problem solved. Hello? So this is mental revolution. Piece rate system of payment. What is this? Acha, if you remember, systematic soldering worker lower the production. Worker automatically lower the production due to lack of motivation, lack of motivation, and due to fixed wage. That means you come at 10 and go at 5, you get 500 or 1000 a day. But piece rate system of payment कौन है कि payment according to work done. For example, in assembly line, suppose a factory produce chair, assemble chair. So manager कहला कि one chair is 200. If you assemble one chair 200, there is no limit. If someone assembled 10 chair, you will get 2000. If someone assemble 5 chair, you will get 1000. Target ଏବେ ବି private sector ରେ target ଅଛି. So it is like same piece rate system of payment. Private sector रे भी ଏବେ भी in present day also in private sector there is target. Bank को जाओ, bank रे target. Every month you need to open this amount of FD, this amount of account, एतिकी house loan, एतिकी car loan. But salary कमेबो नै, but target अछि. So it will, what happen? It will motivate employee work. It motivate employee to do more work. ହେଲା? So solve problem of systematic soldering. This is piece rate system of payment. Piece rate. ଯେତେ piece କରିବ ସେତେ payment ପାଇବ. Simple. Piece rate system of payment. Economic man. अच्छा एबे तमे एबे फील करूथबो कि टेलर रो कोन क्रिटिसाइज करा होईची. Piece rate system criticize करा हेतिबो. Economic man, I will tell. So what is economic man? Economic man means worker produce best of his ability every day. For example, if you read 12 hours every day, I can call you a economic man. Example, as a student, as a worker, तमे maximum सब दिन तमे maximum काम करिवो. You do maximum work every day. Economic man, a worker produce best of his ability every day. So tell me, is it possible? Is it possible that a worker produce or do his best maximum every day? तमे daily 12 घंटा पढ़ी पारिबो वर्ष सारा? Yes or no? Not possible. So economic man also criticized by Simon, who give administrative man. So economic man, Taylor want to make every worker to the best of his. Is he produce maximum? Sabu din production karo. Functional foremanship. Before knowing functional foremanship, you should learn what is unity of command. Unity of command. This was promoted by classical theorist Gallic. employee A, B, C, D take order from only one superior, only one manager. This is unity of command. Unity of command. Employee take order from employee take order from one manager. Promoted by colleague. Here, Taylor reject it. Taylor reject it. Taylor reject it. Taylor reject unity of command. Why? He said, Taylor said that unity of command violate specialization in organization. Because every employee take order from only one superior, every employee learn only same thing. So it violates the concept of specialization in organization. Organization cannot be specialized. So what he suggests, what Taylor suggests, functional foremanship. That means he said this is an employee, he take order from 8 superior. So employee M take order from, these are earning supervisor and these are execution supervisor. So this is Taylor's functional foremanship. Taylor said functional foremanship promote specialization. Organization. Okay, clear everyone? Functional foremanship. So when you write a Fayol and Gully question, you can mention that Taylor criticized unity of command concept. So functional foremanship promotes specialization. Functional foremanship. Principle of exception. Taylor said employee should be given freedom. Taylor said employee should be given freedom to do work. Employee should be given freedom to do work when they face problem, manager intervene. So this is principle of exception. So we can say Taylor promote decentralization. So Taylor, in this way, Taylor promote decentralization. So he want that employee given complete freedom to do work. When employee face any problem, only then the manager intervene. This is principle of exception. थोड़े बुझी जाओ. You can write this two statement. थोड़े खाली बुझाओ. Principle of exception. This is employee should given freedom to do work. Whenever they face any problem, the manager intervene. नहीं होला. किसी नहीं. No need to remember. Need to understand the concept. After the different study like time study, find best time to do a work. Best time means the shortest time. For example, mo samnare there are 4 employee are working and I gave a same task to the all 4 employee. मैं 4टा employee को गोटे किसी कामो देछि. So employee A, employee B, employee C, employee D, same task. Employee A complete in 15 minutes, employee B in 20 minutes, employee C in 10 minutes, employee D in 25 minutes. So this is the best. If C can complete in 10 minutes, others should replicate it. So this is best time. जदि तम ग्रुप रे मोर जने गोटे स्टूडेंट जदि 337 आनी पारुछि पॉपेड रे, why you cannot? तमे का आनी परिबोनी. जदि तम सेम जिंस पढ़ी कि जने जदि 337 आनुछि, you also can get 337. काई 300 काई टारगेट करिबा. फिर भी मु 300 कहूछि. But you should target 337. Kare 337 jodi jone ani paruchi. Why I should not aspire to get 337? Definitely you should aspire to get 337. So this is time study. The best time, minimum time to do a particular work. Motion study. Motion study. Motion study means the best way to do a work. देखो मोशन स्टडी कहि दोछि मोशन स्टडी माने suppose first A তারপরে B তারপরে C তারপরে D তারপরে E F. So which motion you should do work? এমতি করিব কাম. This is the motion final or this is the motion A ru first E ru B ru C ru D ru F. This is motion study. What process? Best way. Method study. Method. Means who is method? আচ্ছা এবে মেথড এটা তো মোশন জানি গেল. মেথড মানে আচ্ছা বতৌছি মেথড. মেথড রে you need to cook something. You need to cook. আচ্ছা मटन तुमरो रोषे करिवार अछि मटन तमे नॉर्मल गुटे कड़ाई रे कड़ाई को कोन कहै जाय इंग्लिश रे नॉर्मल कड़ाई रे भी करि परिबो हैला प्रेशर रे और माटी हांडी मटन चली छै आजिकली माटी हांडी रे करि परिबो मटन को बेम्बो रे ही परुची बेम्बो रे भी ही परुची ना मटन आउ भी किछि कड़ाई रे करि परिबो प्रेशर कुकर रे नॉर्मल हांडी रे बेम्बो रे many method to cook mutton so best method अच्छा बेस्ट मेथड माने कम टाइम रे कम एनर्जी खर्च रे प्रेशर कुकर दिस इज द मेथड यस तो प्रेशर कुकर रे तमे भी बने देबो मटन मु भी बने देबी बट कढ़ाई रे डिफिकल्ट बहुत टाइम लागिबो माटी हांडी रे हम द्वारा होबो नाही प्रोफेशनल बाउंस मोर प्रोफेशनल सो हम द्वारा कोन होबो प्रेशर हम प्रेशर कुकर रे बने देबा 8टा 10टा सीटी मारिबा हे जिवो बट माटी हांडी पाई हमको पुणी बाहर को जीवा को पड़िबो हेलो दिस इज मेथड व्हिच मेथड सो सेम मटन बनेबो व्हिच मेथड को मेथड रे मटन बना हबो और एनी वर्क व्हिच मेथड इन व्हिच मेथड यू डू द वर्क दैट लेस एफर्ट less energy needed best method to do work with less effort work study the work to find find uh, shortcoming in it and rectify it study work study means गोटे काम चली तमे स्टडी कलो से काम को अच्छा ये काम रे कोन प्रोग्राम अछि try to find out the limitation lacuna so that if you remove the hindrance से कामटा आउट के जल्दी ही जेबो आउट के इफेक्टिव वे रे ही जेबो so work study and remember this method study motion study these are again means Taylor's idea was reinvented as technique of administrative improvement paper 1 unit 6 so we write contemporary approach re Taylor's idea of time study motion study is still relevant and it was reinvented as technique of administrative improvement Taylor's idea reinvented as neo-Taylorism. Mnemonic classification. Mnemonic classification means give symbol to each work. Give symbol to each work. That is mnemonic classification. And this remove confusion and help manager to monitor all worker means ଗୋଟେ work station रे symbol दिया ହେଇଛି ए symbol ର ଅର୍ଥ ଏଠି କଲର କରା ହବ ए symbol ର ଅର୍ଥ ଏଠି not ଲଗା ହବ ए symbol ର ଅର୍ଥ something else तो symbol हिसाब रे काम ଅଛି so it is very easy for everyone to do work no confusion at all and last is one best way of decision making. That means tailor absolute rationality in decision making. Taylor said, whatever decision we take, it should be correct. Means all decisions are perfect. All decisions are perfect. This is Taylor's absolute rationality in decision making. Okay. So one best way. Now, এটা হয়ে গেল Taylor 15.11 you need to maximum write 4 page answer লিখিবার ଅଛି maximum Taylor ର so 15টা point introduction ଗୋଟେ page ହେଇଯିବ ଏଇଟା 2.5 page ହେଇଯିବ ତାପରେ criticism present relevance ବହୁତ ଅଛି ଜିନିଷ okay another thing ଦେଖ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ practical rational କଥା କହୁଛି କେତେ OPSC word ଦେଇଛି ଦେଖ 250 word 300 word ସବୁବେଳେ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଏଇଟା ରଖିବ 250 300 ଗୋଟେ 15 marker 250 20 marker 300 बस तमर लाइफ रे तमरो दिस इज आउ किछि नाही and you try to write every question in 300 देखो सिंपल गोटे syllabus रो every part जदि तमे 300 वर्ड जानिचो तमरो लाइफ इजी हे गला तो तुमको सिंपल कांसेप्ट बतौची तमे हायरार्की रो भी 300 वर्ड जानिचो यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड 300 वर्ड स्पैन ऑफ कंट्रोल अथॉरिटी रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कोऑर्डिनेशन सुपरविजन सेंट्रलाइजेशन डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन डेलीगेशन टेलर फेयल गली गर्बिक थ्योरिस्ट ह्यूमन रिलेशन बिहेवियरल 300 वर्ड हैला 300 वर्ड जदि तमे जानिचो एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द सिलेबस जहा अछि NPA, PCA, state versus market, NPM, good governance. I'm telling you very practical approach. I will not give you 10 page of Taylor, 20 page of Taylor. कौन करिवो 10 page रो Taylor note नहीं कि कौन करिवो देखो practical approach रे जाओ तमो पाई भी बढ़िया मो पाई भी भलो Taylor for example PMO Prime Minister Office 300 वर्ड एबे मु तुमको डायरेक्ट कहिबी प्राइम मिनिस्टर किए प्राइम मिनिस्टर गोटे ऑफिस अछि तार रोल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी अछि हाउ प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी हैज अंडरमाइन द रोल ऑफ कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी सेकंड एआरसी कोन कहिछि रिसेंट कोन हेछि सरी गला एबे मु तुमको कहबी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस जवाहरलाल नेहरू राजीव गांधी शास्त्री इंदिरा गांधी कोन दरकार नॉट रिलेवेंट एबे मु कहबी टेलर रो बापा किए थिले मां किए थिले टेलर को घंटा पिंदुतिले रिलेवेंट 300 वर्ड लिखिबो मैक्सिमम आई गिव यू 500 वर्ड कंटेंट बिकॉज़ अल्टीमेटली तुमको कोन यू नो नीड टू राइट एसे 300 वर्ड 250 300 खत्म सो दैट्स व्हाई आई से मु जहा कहूची क्लास रे जेति की नोट्स दोची बेस सेति की किछि किछि दरकार नै नो नो नीड टू रीड एनी बुक किछि दरकार नै no book will teach you answer writing always remember one thing को बही रे तुमको इंट्रो बॉडी कंक्लूजन क्रिटिसिज्म कंटेम्पररी अप्रोच सेकंड एआरसी केही केही असंभव नो बुक विल टीच यू आंसर राइटिंग एठी मु डायरेक्ट आंसर कहि दोउची आंसर मने रखो सेटा जाय के लेखो लिमिटेशन ऑफ सीएजी बस हु इज सीएजी सीएजी की सीएजी रो रोल कोन सीएजी रो लिमिटेशन कोन सॉल्यूशन कोन सेकंड एआरसी कोन कहिची सरी गला आंसर तमरो कितने डायमेंशन दे परछो गोटे आंसर रे नीति आयोग एवरीवन स्टार्ट विथ नीति आयोग वी स्टार्ट विथ classical theorist we start with planning commission approach is classical नीति आयोग approach behavioral तो पेपर 2 रे काहे की मार्क आसु नै तमे नीति आयोग लिखि दोउचो बट आमे लिखिबा कि नीति आयोग आगुरु कोन थिला प्लानिंग कमिशन अप्रोच कोन टॉप डाउन अप्रोच नॉन पार्टिसिपेटिव नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक रिजिड so that is similar to the classical theorist approach Taylor Fayol Gully Gorbik but Niti Aayog participative democratic decentralized bottom up approach circular communication informal behavioral approach planning commission centralized federalism Niti Aayog cooperative federalism तो तमे टिके एक्स्ट्रा कंटेंट देले तो तुमको मार्क मिलिबो एमिति ओडिया रे हमें पढुतला पूर्वा पर संगति सह सरलार्थ लेख CAG पढिछि माने डोंट डायरेक्टली गो टू CAG यू नीड टू राइट फर्स्ट व्हाट इज ऑडिट कोन you need to write that audit is policy evaluation audit किए करे CAG करे audit कोटु ओना हिची यूके रो ओना हिची ऑफिस audit CAG कहा पई करे पार्लियामेंट पई करे बस तो टिके यदि तमे टिके ओवरव्यू दबो तो अधिका मार्क आसीबो आ CAG पढिछि CAG लिखि देलो ना मार्क आसीबोनी मार्क आसीबो जते बेले ओडिया रे पूर्व पर संगति सह सरलार्थ लेख CAG पढिछि माने देख CAG ना ऑडिट कोन ऑफिस कोड आसिला तो you need to make comparison between CAG in UK CAG in India तापर CAG रिपोर्ट प्रेसिडेंट को जाए प्रेसिडेंट पार्लियामेंट को पठाए पार्लियामेंट रे तीनटा कमिटी अछि PSC ECCPU से माने ऑडिट रिपोर्ट सो पार्लियामेंट मेक executive financially accountable through audit through CAG आंसर राइटिंग रे टिके ना डेप्थ आनिया को पड़िबो आंसर राइटिंग रे टिके आर्टिस्टिक आर्ट गोटे ब्लेंड आंसर राइटिंग लिखिले होबो नै हैला मसाला देबा को पड़िबो इवैल्यूएटर जेतले पढुतबो ना से गोटे इंप्रेस हे जिवो गा पिला लिखि जे किसी गोटे पिला आनी जंदी पेपर 2 रे 160 165 एंड जहा माइंड रे अछि कि पेपर 2 इज पॉलिटी मु पॉलिटी भलिया लिखि देबी मार्क केबे आसीबो नै से सिंड्रोम रु बाहर कि पॉबेट पेपर 2 पॉलिटी नुह बिल्कुल नुह पॉबेट पेपर 2 अप्रोच रे पॉलिटी लिखिले मार्क मिलिबो बट पॉलिटी अप्रोच रे पॉबेट लिखिले नेवर एवर यू विल गेट मार्क That is my guarantee. I can guarantee. के मिलिबनी मार्क? सो क्वेश्चन देखिबार अर्थ कि मैक्सिमम 300 वर्ड. सो जदि आम पाखे 300 वर्ड रा कंटेंट अछि एंड से कंटेंट भितरे इंट्रो, बॉडी, कंक्लूजन, क्रिटिसिज्म, कंटेम्पररी अप्रोच, एग्जांपल, सेकंड ईआरसी रिपोर्ट सब जदि आमे देई परिबा 300 वर्ड भितरे तो एमती देखुथबो आजिकाली बहुत जगह रे एमती आजिकाली एमती माने गोटे लॉन्च बॉक्स आसुची हैला एमती अछि तीनटा जगह एठी दुईटा एठी तीनटा देखिथिबो एठी प्लेन राइस एठी जीरा राइस पूरी एठी डाल तरकारी सलाड एठी भजा एमती कोन पांचटा आइटम तो से पांचटा आइटम देखिले कोन लागुची तुमको अच्छा एते छोटो जगह रे 3 3 6 9टा आइटम बट से तुमको खाली मो भात डाली भजा देबी बहुत बढ़िया हिसाब रे देबी भात डाली भजा देबी तुमको पसंद लागिबनी बट एती जिंस देखि कि बट टिके टिके अछि सबु माने पनीर 2 पीस एठी कोन टिके अछि स्वीट डिश so answer is like this you need to make your answer this not that भात डाली भजा answer रे ingredient and these are ingredient तुम answer रे जदी अधिका डायमेंशन अछि definitely you will get mark ଆଉ କିଛି ଅଧିକା ନାହିଁ सी डायमेंशन को सेकंड ईयर सी रिपोर्ट डायमेंशन इंट्रोडक्शन डायमेंशन बॉडी डायमेंशन क्रिटिसिज्म डायमेंशन कंटेम्पररी अप्रोच डायमेंशन करंट एग्जांपल डायमेंशन तो गोटे आंसर रे तुम केतेरा डायमेंशन दे पारुछो हैला तो सब एटा भाबो कि 300 वर्ड 300 वर्ड 250 वर्ड बस हमरो लाइफ एतिकी रे आटू अधिका दरकार नाही जीएस पई भी दरकार नाही एवरीथिंग फॉर जनरल स्टडी आल्सो व्हाटएवर यू नीड टू जनरल स्टडी रे भी गोटे आंसर सेही 300 वर्ड रे केतेटा पॉइंट केतेटा डायमेंशन दे पारुछ हैला और किछ नाही एतिकी जदी रखिलो and regarding reading many books more so मु डायरेक्टली मना करूची किछि दरकार नाही बिल्कुल नाही ट्रस्ट मी मते ट्रस्ट करो मार्क न आसिले आई विल बी रेस्पोंसिबल बट यस यू हैव टू राइट मार्क न आसिले जदि तमे लेखिछ आ मार्क न आसुची यू माने तमे ओपीएससी रु कॉपी मगाओ दियण बसिका हमें देखिबो आसीबो मार्क मार्क आसीबो कंफर्म तमे जदि लिखिबो मार्क आसीबो so he gala eta after that the last part of our answer that is conclusion part and conclusion divided into two part criticism so criticism simply you will write that Hilton Mew criticized Taylor because Taylor ignored human being in organization. Simple. Okay. Human relation theorist Hilton Mew, behavioral theorist Bernard Chris Argaris Lickert and McGregor ना लिखी दबो एटी उठे खाली अंडरलाइन दे दबो एबे तो ओपीएससी तुमको प्लेन पेपर दउची वेरी इजी हैला देखो एबे माने ଏବେ आंसर राइटिंग रे कोन आगुरु गारो वाला खाता दउतला ଏବେ प्लेन पेपर ର ସୁବିଧା कोन तमे अंडरलाइन मार दियो अंडरलाइन मारी दियो तो इभालुएटर को कोन इजी गला इभालुएटर कोन हेडिंग देखिबो क्रिटिसिज्म एमती क्रिटिसिज्म देखि के एमती हेडिंग दे देबो तो इभालुएटर आखिर पड़ी जीवो कि अच्छा क्रिटिसिज्म लिखा हिची तो इभालुएटर कम टाइम भितरे खाली तमरो हेडिंग माने देखि दबो अच्छा इंट्रोडक्शन बॉडी रे पॉइंट 1 2 3 4 5 6 15 15 पॉइंट से राइट मारी देला क्रिटिसिज्म अच्छा इल्टन मेयो दिस so if you make the work of evaluator easy तमे यदि इभालुएटर रो वर्क कामो को कमे देलो तारो टेंशन कमे देलो खुशी कि तुमको मार्क दबो वेरी क्लैरिटी नीट इंट्रो बॉडी पॉइंट 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 एंड अच्छा बहुत पिलांकर पॉइंट की पैराग्राफ देखो सेमती किसी नाही इंट्रो इट डिपेंड इट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन बिटवीन पैराग्राफ एंड पॉइंट दुटी जहा दरकार एबे टेलर रो 15 टा पॉइंट पैराग्राफ रे लिखिले तो विजिबल होबो नाही यू नीड टू फेयर रो 14 टा पॉइंट यू नीड टू राइट इन पॉइंट तापर क्रिटिसिज्म अच्छा इल्टन में लिखि देलो अंडरलाइन बिहेवियरल थ्योरीज बर्नार्ड आर्गरिस लिकर्ट मैकग्रेगर अंडरलाइन इवैल्यूएटर भी जानि गला अच्छा लिखि छी बिहेवियरल थ्योरीज क्रिटिसाइज इन दिस वे ह्यूमन रिलेशन इन दिस वे सिस्टम अप्रोच इन दिस वे मैनेजर क्रिटिसाइज वर्कर क्रिटिसाइज बस द एंड हेडिंग इंट्रो बॉडी हेडिंग दरकार नहीं बट क्रिटिसिज्म रो हेडिंग दबो एंड कंटेम्पररी अप्रोच रो हेडिंग दबो एंड मैकग्रेगर criticize Taylor by saying that Taylor ignored human behavior in organization. Taylor ignored human behavior in organization. Promote mechanical approach. After that, Simon, decision making theorist Simon. Simon reject absolute rationality in decision making and promote bounded rationality. ହେଲା simple Simon तापरे Maslow and Osborne motivational theorist reject mono or money motivation of Taylor. Maslow and Osborne motivational theories reject mono motivation or money motivation of Taylor. After that you can write manager criticize lazy manager philosophy. मैनेजर मानक पसंद आसिले नहीं वर्कर क्रिटिसाइज टेल मी व्हाट डू यू थिंक वर्कर माने कोन क्रिटिसाइज करिथिबे क्विक टेल मी व्हाट डू यू थिंक दैट वर्कर क्रिटिसाइज व्हिच पॉलिसी ऑफ टेलर economic man piece rate system piece rate system. ए piece rate system, yes. ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ କି ଆଗରୁ fixed wage ଥିଲା ଭଲ ଥିଲା। criticism देखो बहुत କହିଦେଲି ଏଥିରୁ ଯାହା ମନେ ପଡିବ you will write. So this is how Taylor was criticized. After that, contemporary approach. Heading এটা পুরো এমতি লিখিব answer copy রে and underline দাও। Some idea of Taylor is still relevant. Some idea of Taylor is still relevant. Whose idea? Scientific selection, scientific training, mental revolution, mental revolution, functional foremanship, it promotes specialization, this is also relevant, and this principle of exception, piece rate system, private sector, and money motivation. You give here example. It would example the recently we find the Anganwadi worker strike to get more wage. केही भी गोटे strike लिखिदब, the pilot strike, the government employee strike for more wage, and his idea of time study, motion study, method study, they are technique of administrative improvement. Time study, motion study, method study, work study. ହେଇଗଲା ତମର। This is the end of Taylor. तो ଏଠି ତମେ ସବୁ ଲେଖିଲ, ଏଠି କିଛି ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ବି ଦେଇଦେବ, ମନି ମୋଟିଭେସନ ଏମାନେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଇକ କଲେ, ପିସ୍ ରେଟ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଏବେ ବି ଚାଲିଛି, mental revolution, functional foremanship, specialization. So it is contemporary means Taylor's idea is still relevant with example. ହେଇଗଲା ବେଶ ଏତିକି ଜାଣ 4 ପେଜ ଆନ୍ସର ହେଇଯିବ। Okay, so this is all about Frederick Wilson Taylor, FW Taylor. Next in classical theorist. In classical theorist, we will discuss Fayol, Gulick, Urbich. So we will discuss Fayol. And before Fayol, let's discuss the question asked from Fayol. Fayol ru kona question asichi that we discuss. After that, we start Fayol. देखो, coordination is a master principle of administrative organization. It is not Fayol's question, but Fayol will come here. Fayol केमती आसीबो? POCCC, planning, organizing, controlling, commanding and coordinating. So Fayol also a promoter of coordination in organization. we are no longer confronted with several administrative signs, but with which one applied equally well to both public and private affairs. This is Fayol and Galik. Administration is administration, nothing public about it. So both public affair, private affair, it can apply. Sure. Straight question. देखो एटा माने डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नुह कॉन्सेप्ट जानिले करि परिबो that we are no longer confronted with several administrative signs but with one which can be applied equally well to both public and private affairs. Next question. देखो एठी भी Fayol authority commensurate with responsibility. It is also idea of Fayol. Fayol कहिछि authority and responsibility. Knowledge of administration rather than technical knowledge, according to Fayol, is what is needed at higher level of organization. Means we need administrative knowledge. Principle of management by Fayol. 14 principle of management by Fayol. Fayol question. Unity of command. Again, Fayol asibo ethi. Organization's distribution of authority and responsibility. Fayol. देखो एठी Fayol तो आसीबनी ट्रेडिशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल प्रिंसिपल रे क्लासिकल result into behavioral to address challenges of e-governance. अच्छा तो डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन हमें पाइला दिस इज इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन बट डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन Fayol रो आसीची one in 2019 and this is another question. Two question come directly of Fayol. बुझलो in coordination रे Fayol ना यूज होबो authority responsibility रे Fayol यूज होबो unity of command Fayol authority responsibility रे Fayol. But effectively there are two questions. This principle of management by Fayol and both public and private. So this is Mr. Fayol. Henry Fayol. Achha. So now, as I said yesterday, Fayol is POC plus 14 universal principle. Achha, Fayol story gone. Fayol, whenever it comes to mind, you POC plus 14 universal principle. And those 14 universal principles that can be applied in both public and private sector. It is 14 universal principle दे दीची. Division of labor, authority and responsibility. देखो जो क्वेश्चन को उतले में authority responsibility, this is authority responsibility, discipline, unity of command. So unity of command question रे Fayol, authority responsibility रे Fayol, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest, remuneration, salary, centralization, scalar chain order, equality, stability of tenure, initiative spirit देखो. These are 14 principles of Fayol. Okay. Fayol story. Another thing, Taylor, ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ idea ମନେ ପଡିଲା. Neo-Taylorism. What is Neo-Taylorism? Taylorism is reinvented as new Taylorism. So what is new Taylorism? Uh, Taylor's managerial principle with human element. Taylor's managerial principle with human element is new Taylorism. So know about Fayol. So already we knew. તમે ફિયોલ બાબતે કોણ જાણીଛ? ફિયોલ is a classical theorist. Fayol is a classical theorist, and Fayol has given his principle. Fayol principle is known as POC plus 14 universal principle. That you know. Fayol, intro body conclusion. Fayol is a classical theorist. He belongs to an era where other classical theorists, Gallic Orbig has given his theorization. He was an engineer from France, and the specialty of Fayol is he has experience working in both public and private sector. देखो, Fayol, why Fayol said that my principle can be used in both public and private sector? Because Fayol has experience working in both public and private sector. So he, using his experience, come out with certain principle and said this principle can be used in both public and private sector in order to get success. So Fayol was a engineer, he was a French engineer, he has experience working in both public and private sector, he got Nobel in metallurgy, and basically he is a functionalist in nature, but gave idea or study the structure of organization, and we can say Fayol rejected polity administration dichotomy. He belongs to the second stage of growth of public administration, and he has given certain principle which he termed universal principle of organization, which can be applied in both public and private sector. Simple, जानो ये लोकोटा वो देखो, very smart guy, France ro engineer. He has given 14 principle of management. Those principles can be used in both public and private sector in order to get success. He gave 6 aspects of organization, and out of the 6 aspects, he said public administration was the most important. Without public administration, no organization can survive. Story ଜାଣିଲ, Fayol French engineer, POC 14 principle. He said administration is POC. POC means planning, organizing, controlling, commanding, and coordinating. Also, a famous concept given by Fayol is gangplank or level jumping. To increase the speed of communication in organization, he gave a concept gangplank or level jumping. Okay, so let's start. Fayol. Henry Fayol, Bock Clause 14, Universal Principle. Okay. Same way, intro, body, conclusion, criticism, present, relevance. This is intro, body, conclusion, conclusion, criticism, present relevance, or contemporary approach with certain example. Even answer. Divide and rule. Intro, very simple. Intro likhiba. I will give you 7-8 line, which you can easily remember. Introduction. Fayol was one of the most important classical theorists. Fayol was one of the most important classical theorists. He was an engineer from France. He was an engineer from France. He worked in both public and private sector. He awarded Nobel in metallurgy. That means chemistry Nobel. Fayol was a functionalist in nature, but study structure of organization. He was a functionalist in nature, but study structure of organization. He belonged to second stage of development of public administration, principal stage, publication of Fayol, general and industrial management. Fayol's idea of administration was known as principle of administration, termed, termed as universal principle of administration. So principle of administration termed at universal principle of administration because it can be applied in both public and private sector. It can be applied in both public and private sector. So the concept administration is administration, nothing public about it. So this is, we can say, introduction of Henry Fayol. Also, Fayol reject polity administration dichotomy. Fayol rejected polity administration dichotomy by Wilson. Okay. In body, intro ହେଇଗଲା body ର କ'ଣ main concept ରହିବ. One, 6 aspects of organization. This concept given by Fayol. What are the 6 concepts? That every organization has technical, commercial, accounting, financial, security, administration. He say if any 5 fail, organization face loss but survive. We all said there are 6, any organization have these 6 aspects: the technical aspect, commercial aspect, accounting, financial aspect, security aspect, administrative aspect. So if this 5 fail, organization face lot but survive. But if administration fail, whole organization fail. So he termed administration most important aspect of organization, and he said administration is work. So administration is work. What is that? Planning, organizing, controlling, commanding, coordinating. This is work. So planning. So you make plan. Example, niti. Organizing. Organization of man and material in a organization. Controlling. Uh, manager, control, worker, commanding, manager, command, worker, coordinating, coordination between manager, worker, coordination between worker and worker. This is coordinating. So this is POC. Very simple. Mone rakhi diyo. Planning, organizing, planning, Niti Aayog. Planning is very important for organization. Weekly plan, monthly plan, yearly plan, 5-year plan. Organization of man and material. Control is very important. Command, coordination between different unit, coordination between different branch, superior subordinate, coordination between worker. So this is POC. So administration is POC. Okay. This is gangplank and 14 universal principle of administration we will discuss tomorrow. What is gangplank? This is comms in the body, gangplank or level jumping to first and communication in organization and 14 universal principle. Another thing, acha dekho eti POC planning. So when you write Niti Aayog question paper 2, paper 2 re jetebale Niti Aayog question likhibo, you should mention that classical theorist Fayol in his concept of POC give importance to planning. Galik in postcard give importance to planning. So this is how theorist idea interpret in paper 2. এটা হি পারিব তারপরে coordination importance of coordination ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି. So Fayol given importance of coordination. This is how interlinking କରି ହବ. So tomorrow we discuss what is gangplank, all the 14 universal principle of administration. After that, the conclusion part of Fayol, the criticism and contemporary approach of Fayol, and we start Galik. Okay, so you people go through this 2 unit what we have studied, and if you have any doubt, you will ask me tomorrow. Okay, everyone. Good night. Meet you tomorrow. Take care.